way we capture moments is about to change forever? What if the creative eye is no longer just human? Upbeat, inquisitive music begins. Cue the upbeat, inquisitive music. Welcome to Bradley Bissack. Today, we're diving into the rapidly evolving world of artificial intelligence and its impact on the art and craft of photography. Is AI poisoned? Is AI poised to take over the camera? Let's find out. Now, that was an intro generated by AI. I asked Google Gemini, which is Google AI, I asked it, generate a YouTube introduction speech about a video about AI taking over photography. And that's what it gave me. Do I even need to do this anymore? Or could I just leave it up to AI? Can it just do that for me now? Like, do I really need to show up and do this? Alright, so let's start off with asking it another random thing. Give me 5 good reasons why AI photo generate is better than real life human photography. Let's see what it comes up with. Just a second, it's loading. Okay. So, AI photo generation isn't inherently better than real life photography. There are fundamentally different tools with distinct strengths. However, one could argue that AI photo generation offers several unique advantages in specific contexts. Here are 5 reasons why AI photo generation might be considered superior in certain situations. Unlimited creative control and impossibility. Okay. AI can generate images that are physically impossible or incredibly difficult to stage in real life. It can combine elements from different styles, create fantastical creatures, or place subjects in environments that don't exist. This level of creative freedom is unmatched by traditional photography, which is considered by the law of physics and logistics constrained. So pretty much all it's saying is you can put in AI generated, you could put a cat on the moon, is the type of thing it's kind of saying. In that aspect it is true, but also it's also in that sense, it's taking away that possible photography. So I've generated some photos, and these were things I wanted to generate to bring a point of it's also taking this away. So starting off with photo number 1, I just asked it create a waterfall on a hike in, with Australian natural like foliage, like trees and plants and everything. And this is the photo it generated. Now, it looks overly sharp, it looks overly generated, but the water in the waterfall looks wonderful. The rocks look really detailed, but it's just the plant itself that you could tell is fake. If it had better plants, you would not know this was an AI generated photo. Going to the next one, if you notice in my photography, I like the up close look of plants instead of a wide shot angle of the whole plant. I like that up close look. So I said to it, can you create a photo of up close plants? It did, and it gave way too many flowers, it looked fake. So I said, could you make it more photorealistic with less flowers? And it did, and this is what you got. That plant on the left definitely looks fake. But going over to those little petals, those look unrealistic. Like, they look unrealistically real. Like, it looks crazy. If you cut out just the left-hand side of that photo, I don't think you would know that was a fake photo, like an AI photo. Going into the next one, I say, could you make it more dark and moody? Because that's kind of my photography. I go between light and colorful and dark and moody. Then there's this one where it looks dark and moody. It looks like a photo someone took and then just brought down the light, you know, took some saturation out of it, just made it look dark and gloomy and moody and foggy, and the depth on it looks unreal. It looks real, but again, just there's a few plants here and there, it kind of just tips you off. You go, yeah, no, that's an AI photo. Going on to this one, I just gave it the base, can you give me a dark moody photo? Nothing else. And this is what it came up with. And it honestly looks unreal. The rain coming through that light, the person standing there looks okay. I feel like it could have done without that. It looks like someone's poorly CGI edited a person. It does not look good at all. But the depth of the photo, the cars zooming past and the reflections, this photo looks real. It looks real, and it's scary to say that because, like, I've always wanted to take a photo in the rain or fog of a street with a light pole. Just one good photo like that, and I don't have to anymore. It's kind of taken the dream out of me to take this photo now, because I'm like, I can just AI generate it. I don't need to seek out the perfect weather conditions. I don't need to go and find a dark, gloomy night. I don't need to find a light pole in a street where I have to stand in traffic and quickly get a photo. Don't have to do that anymore. I can just give a prompt to AI saying, can you generate a photo of these, you know, things I want. Done. There's your photo. If anyone knows this kind of idea I had, this was the second photo I took in my 365-day photography, and I wanted to recreate it. So I gave it this prompt, which was, you know, give me a dead tree, you know, give me a hill in the background, a pond, some green little islands of grass. This is the first one it took, and I said, okay, that's not bad. It looks very fake. The ripples in the tree, for some reason, I guess it could be from animals, but I don't know. The ripples look kind of good. If you look at the water at the very front with the rocks, that looks super realistic. If you go into the background and look at the trees are kind of growing weird. The trees don't grow like that in real life. So that's what would tip me off to it being an AI photo. And just the weird plumps of green randomly. Usually it would be a green mass of, you know, grass, but these are very artificially placed. Now the next one was redo those exact same prompts but make it dark, gloomy and dramatic, and this is what it gave me. And this photo alone, man, it just looks so realistic. If we change that to a 16:9, this photo just became a real photo. I would hang that on a wall. I wouldn't even know that was an AI generated photo. That is unreal. That is mind-blowing. It looks real. And that is what is freaking me out. That is what made me want to make this video, because I just... moving on to number 2. Cost effectiveness and speed. Generating an AI image is often far cheaper and faster than a traditional photo shoot. A photographer, models, location, props, and post-production all come with significant cost and time commitments. With AI, a user can generate a wide range of high-quality images in minutes with just a few text prompts, eliminating the need for expensive equipment and a large crew. This is absolutely true. If you look at how, you know, a model photo shoot would be for a big company, you would need, you know, your photographer, you need a whole lighting crew, you need the actual what do you call it? They're not like the director, but the people who actually like stage the photos. Like, you know, we want these photos to look like this. Like the actual company people, I can't even think of what they're called. But yeah, then there's the makeup artists, stylists, you know, there's all different hairstylists, makeup stylists, what do you call it, like clothing, like dress, all that crap. There's hundreds of thousands of dollars that get poured into these companies to create these photos, when you can literally just create a photo that's, so I could say like, create a photo of a model in a red dress with a full face of makeup for a Vogue magazine. Let's see what it does. Like, that's crazy to think. That is just crazy to think. See, I didn't need a makeup artist, I didn't need a hairstylist, I didn't need anyone for clothing, I didn't need a camera person, I didn't need all these people standing around going, all right, now we want you to stand more to the side, and none of that crap. All I did was put in, you know, 10 words, and it created an image for me of a person, and I was done. That is crazy. And without the background, I wouldn't even know that person didn't exist, and it was all AI generated. That is just crazy. All right, point number 3, no physical constraints or limitations. AI doesn't have to worry about weather, lighting, equipment failure, or model availability. If a user needs a specific type of image, they can generate it regardless of external factors. This makes AI an ideal tool for rapid prototyping, creating concept art, or generating images for marketing campaigns that need to be delivered on a tight deadline. So this is also true. So it means that if you work in a marketing company and they need, tomorrow we need this concept for this new advert we're putting out, we need a baseline idea of what we're going to be doing, that person is going, well, I need to create a whole like I need to create a whole slideshow. It needs images and text, and guess what, you could just say to AI, create a whole slideshow for me on these concepts and this idea and what we're trying to do, and boom, you just got your whole slideshow. Text, images, ideas, pinpoints, everything. Like, that is crazy to think. Where was this when I was going to school? Soon school won't have to be a thing, because you could literally just type in, I have a mathematical equation. What's the hardest mathematical equation ever? This. Answer it for me. Done. Cool. Now I know the hardest mathematical equation. Explain to me how you work that out. Break it down more. Break it down more. Break it down more. And it will just keep breaking it down more and more and more and more and more and more until you understand it. It doesn't have to understand how you think. It just has to understand how everyone thinks and finds how you want to understand it. That is how AI works. Teaching, on the other hand, human to human, is the human has to understand how you learn to then to be able to teach to you that point. But in a classroom of 30 people, how do they do that? They can only teach to one way, and that is you sitting down, writing down what they're writing, and you memorizing. But I don't learn like that, and so many other people don't learn like that. So that's why school wasn't for me, and that's why school is not for a lot of people. But the way AI works is it learns from you. So the more you put in, the more it will give you back. So if you put in there, teach it to me in a physical, photo generated way, it will do that for you. Going on to point number 4, privacy and anonymity. It's an interesting word. I would have just said like anonymous or like just privacy. Anyway, AI can generate images of people without using real human models. That was always a crazy concept to me, because before AI, I've always had this weird thing about close your eyes and think of a person that doesn't exist, and you just created a new person in your mind. Someone who's never lived, who will never live, who has never spoken a word, breathed fresh air, nothing. They aren't real, and that is such a weird concept to me. It really blew out and honestly caused me to have an existential crisis. I was like, but I am me, and like, I'm in this body. I have my own thoughts and feelings and mood swings, and I have my own opinions and everything, and it literally gave me an existential crisis. And that's when AI came along, and then it was creating photos of people that have never lived and never existed, and it just brought me right back to that same point of, these people aren't real, and yet it's creating that. It's just, I don't know, it's mind-blowing. Which is a major advantage for privacy sensitive projects, which is very true. This is particularly useful for creating placeholder images, or for creating diverse faces for datasets without using real individuals, thus avoiding potential privacy and ethical concerns related to using real people's likenesses. That is just crazy to think. That it's just so weird for me to think that these people don't exist. They aren't real people, but yet it's generating a photo of them. We're going down the rabbit hole. Alright, so point number 5, the last point, is perfect control over details. While human photographers can manipulate photos in post-production, AI allows for a level of pixel perfect control from the very beginning. A user can specify intricate details in their prompts, from the texture of a fabric to the direction of the light, and the AI will render an image that conforms precisely to these instructions. This level of granular control is often not achievable in a single photo session. That is absolutely true. It's actually just like crazy to think that these photos can be controlled down to the very detail. So let's say I wanted to create a photo of, let's say, create a photorealistic image of a house on a hill with a person at the bottom, with the sun rays coming from the right hand side. Have the grass grown up to the person's knees. Have a fallen over tree and a stream passing by on the left hand side. Okay, so we'll go with that and we'll see what it can do. This is a ultra specific photo, so let's see if we can get everything right. There's a person, the tree, the grass is knee high-ish, there's a tree fallen over with a stream on the left hand side, there's, you know, hill with a house on the top, and sun rays coming in from the right hand side. That is crazy. Come on. That is, I'm gonna end up having an existential crisis after this video. But the point is, like, I've probably spent how much money on photography and video, like equipment, and I've probably easily spent maybe 5 to 7 grand like on cameras, lenses, lens kits, camera bags, like Insta360s, GoPros, lens caps, just all this small equipment to make my life in creating photos and videos easier when I can literally just use AI now. And I don't want to. I get satisfaction and happiness out of taking a cool photo and out of creating a video that I've been interested in and stuff that I'm engaged in mentally and always thinking about. And like I get satisfaction out of it. I don't just do it because I want to try and grow a channel and become famous. Like I don't do it for that reason. I do it because I enjoy it. But it's just crazy to think that now you can just use AI. You can just upload your prompts and it creates what you want. Hold up. Create a script for a YouTube outro about AI photography taking over. Yeah, I'm not even going to do my outro. I'm just going to let it create this. Alright, here's a script for a YouTube outro about AI photography taking over, keeping in mind we're in location. Visuals. The outro should feature a dynamic montage of AI generated image flashing quickly into speed with a few brief, almost glitchy shots of traditional photography environment, camera, lenses. The overall feel should be sleek and slightly unsettling. The channel logo appears promptly at the end. Upbeat, slightly futuristic electronic music plays throughout. Voiceover. Upbeat, slightly inquisitive tone. So, what do you reckon, mate? Pretty wild, huh? AI cranking out images faster than a barista on a Saturday morning here in Brizzy. Visuals. A stunning AI generated landscape of Brisbane appears briefly. Slightly more serious tone. It definitely makes you think about the future of photography, doesn't it? Will our camera skills become a bit more, well, retro? Visuals. A rapid sequence of diverse AI-generated portraits and scenes. Thought-provoking but still engaging. From breathtaking landscapes to a perfect portrait, AI is learning and evolving at lightning speed. Is that a dawn of a new era for visual creation? Or are we about to see something truly game-changing? Visuals. A close-up of a photorealistic AI-generated eye that subtly glows. Concluding with a call to action. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Are you excited about AI photography? A bit nervous? Or somewhere in between? And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more explorations into our ever-evolving world of tech and creativity right here from sunny Queensland. It knows my location. Visuals. Channel logo animates onto the screen with social media handles. Final upbeat flourish of music fade out. You heard it here first. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. God damn it.